Happy Monday, my people. What is going on? What is going on? It is your man, Charles Tank Harris, the founder and chief visionary officer of the financial literacy platform Wealth Our Way, where our motto is wealth is not only for the wealthy. Today is Monday, April 5th, 2021. I want to say, happy belated Easter to everyone. Happy belated Good Friday. I hope everybody had a great weekend. I want to thank those of you who are live and direct as usual right here while I'm broadcasting on Facebook and on YouTube. But I also want to give much love and a special shout out to the Wealth Our Way family that catches this pre-recorded at night, on the weekend, on the lunch break, wherever they can squeeze their 15 minutes of financial literacy in. It's all love, and I appreciate you. What is going on this week, this month? Well, first of all, this month is Financial Literacy Month. I think it's crazy that every month has like some special designation. But if we're rocking with that, then I'm definitely going to rock with the fact that this is my month. You know what I'm saying? It's the month to make sure that everybody who is looking to get good financial information gets good financial information. I was on Clubhouse yesterday talking to some sisters who have started a group, Friends with Benefit, not Friends with Benefit, Financial Friends with Benefit, something to that effect. I'll get the actual real name for my next broadcast. But just sitting in there rapping, listening to what was being said, I got to tell you, there's a lot of information out here. You've heard me say before, we're in the information age, and there's a lot of people like myself who want to try to interpret the information for you. Some of it's good, some of it's bad, some of it will work for you, some of it won't. But what I told those young ladies yesterday is what I'll tell you today. Keep seeking good information. You can change your life around with one tip, two tip. Doesn't matter. You hear something, it clicks for you, you can change your life. I commend you for taking 15 minutes to come here and listen to what I have to say. Prayerfully, it's getting you some type of benefit. You're researching what you're hearing here. I've said this before. I like to plagiarize Jay-Z. He's my favorite living rapper. But my favorite is B.I. Up in the Sky. But in any event, Jay-Z said, hey, you know what? Believe none of what you hear and half of what you see, even if it's spit as accurately by me. So I'm going to tell you, I give you this good financial knowledge. 24 plus years of experience. What I'm telling to you is that work. But you still need to go research things on yourself. You need to go and make sure that what I'm saying fits your situation. I'm not talking to you individually most times. I'm talking to a group. So you have to make sure that what I'm saying works for you individually. We did cover a concept this weekend in the Clubhouse room called FIRE, Financial Independence, Retire Early. That is a concept, I tell you, our industry is huge on acronyms, abbreviations, and FIRE is a concept that's going around. It's really a reinvented phrase of just being financially prudent, doing the things that will allow you to have control of your life sooner than later. And when we get up every morning, go into a job we're not 100% happy with, living in a house we're not 100% happy with, let's keep it funky, maybe married to somebody we're not 100% happy with, in a body we're not 100% happy with, we have the opportunity to make improvements. So I'm here to help you make these improvements any way possible, especially in the area of personal finances. With that being said, I have been telling the world, I'm running around like Chicken Little in the movie, telling the world that a financial crisis is on the way. It's coming. First of all, they come every so often. So I'm not sitting here reinventing the wheel, telling you something that's never happened before. What I will tell you is this one is going to be major. This one is going to leave a lot of people messed up. But I'm also here to give you optimism. I'm not here to give you doom and gloom so I can switch you to another channel and try to sell you something to fix your life. No, I'm here to preach to you that this is an opportunity time coming up, that if you are ready, if you are careful, you can change the projected trajectory of your life and future generations behind you. So what am I talking about? We're going to share the screen right now. Over the last week, I've been talking about this financial crisis that is on the way. And I started telling you guys on Friday how I'm going to help you prepare to get through the financial crises. So I told you on Friday, you had to prepare emotionally. Think about anything that you deal with in life. We are human beings. We're not computers. We're not robots. We are wrought with emotions. We are always letting our emotions control us. Financially is no different. People make a lot of emotional decisions that when they look back over it, they say, I wish I would have handled it differently. So the first bit of advice that I gave you on Friday, prepare emotionally. You can go back and watch that broadcast and see the points that I pointed out. After you get your emotions in check, now your heart is in check. Now you can prepare mentally. You can let your mind be the computer that it is, the great CPU, the central processing unit that it is, and get your life on track. So your emotions are in check. Now you're ready to prepare mentally. Let's talk about the things that we need to do to prepare mentally to get ready for what's coming. You need to take inventory of your current finances. I hope this is sounding familiar. You know, I tell my staff all the time that I'm kind of stubborn. I need to hear things 3 times before it really makes sense to me. I don't know what your number is. I'm happy for those of you who can hear something once and get on a course and change your life. For me, I need convincing. And I get convinced when I hear things in threes. 3 is a magic number for me. My best friend is Trey. My son is Trey. I hear things in threes and it gives me some reinforcement and tells me this is the way to go. So I'm telling you to take inventory of your current finances, which is something you've heard me say 100 times on this program. You got to know what your budget is. You got to know what your plans are. You got to know what your asset allocation is. You have to take current financial inventory of where you are, because you will go on a path, whether you're getting better or worse. You won't have any comparison point if you don't know where you are right now. Take that current inventory. The next thing you do is you have to make SMART goals. SMART goals is an acronym. Now, here's what's funny about that. I said to myself, I'm going to talk to the people today about SMART goals. I've been working in SMART goals for Lord knows how long, because when you're in sales, you always are dealing with something that is needing to be basically on that SMART track. And what did I do? I didn't write down what the acronym meant. So I'm going to tell you right now, SMART means that your goal is specific. It means that you have put a number. They say in the Bible, take the vision, write it, make it plain. It needs to be specific, measurable. What is the point of doing something if you can't quantify where you started to where you're going? Then the goal needs to be, the A stands for attainable. It actually has to be something that you're capable of doing. It's something that you can see coming true. And to that point, it also needs to be relevant. There's no point in setting a goal that you accomplish, that when you accomplish it, it didn't make any change in your life. There's a phrase I attribute to Les Brown. I don't know if he's the first person to say it, but I heard it from him and I attribute it to him. He says that people don't end up where they want to be, not because they set a goal too high and failed to hit it. It's because they set a goal too low and they hit it. Does that make sense? If you say I'm going to get $5 million and you only get 3, 5 was a high goal, but 3 is pretty nice. But if you set a goal for $1 million, because $1 million sounds like more money than you should ever have in your life, maybe from where you grew up, and you hit $1 million, you won't try for 5. But $1 million is not a lot of money. It really isn't. If you are a college educated or a small business owner or someone who got out of high school and went right to work, in all 3 of those categories, over your 35 to 55 years of being able to earn money, you should be able to accumulate $1 million without much of a problem. If you don't believe that, inbox me or watch previous 15 minutes of finances and I show you how money compounds at reasonable numbers. I'm not going to get on here like these cats that tell you, oh, you're going to make 12%, 14%. No, the stock market has historically returned 10%. You shouldn't even be looking for 10% because that means 100% of your money is invested in the stock market. We talk about asset allocation here. We talk about diversification here. So your portfolio should be shooting more for 7.5% if it's blended in other categories. Well, every investment costs money to have. So if you're earning 7.5% and your total cost is maybe 1%, we'll try to get it under that, but let's just say it's 1%. You're now looking at a return of 6.5% a year. If you're in a tax deferred account, you're getting that 6.5% until it's time to pay the taxes at the end. If you're in a tax free account, you're getting that 6.5% and you're never paying tax. If you're in a taxable account, hopefully you're working with someone who knows how to minimize your capital gains and your short-term gains, and you're getting close to that 6.5%. The rule of 72 tells us that every time 72 compound percentage points hits our money doubles. Well, 6.5 goes into 72 about, I want to say 6 goes in 12 times. So maybe it's like 11.3 times. I'll do the math later, which means your money would double every 11.3 years, which means that if you're putting away 10% of your earnings, you can have $1 million with no trouble whatsoever. So make a goal that actually will make a difference in your life. Make it relevant. And then the last one, the T, is time-based. You have to put a limit on when this goal needs to come true. I always like the phrase that a dream is simply a goal that you haven't written out. When you make your goal, put a finish line on your goal, put a time constraint on your goal, because you can just keep spinning your wheels forever, appearing busy, thinking that you're busy, but you're not. The last thing that I want you to do when you prepare mentally, there's a reason, even though the divorce rate is approaching 70%, that people keep getting married. There's a reason that most businesses aren't sole proprietorships. There's a reason that people don't go off and live in Utah and Montana on a commune all the time, that we have big, densely populated cities. People get confidence in pairs. They get confidence in groups. They get confidence. That's why you go online. That's why you ask for reviews. That's why you ask for opinions. You want to know who else believes what I believe. Who else is doing what I'm doing? Who else thinks this is a good idea? You get confidence by association. What I want to tell you is elevate. You can change your financial life course by changing the people you associate with. They say that your income and your net worth and basically any trait that you want to look at on yourself is the average of the 5 people you spend the most time around. So if you're hanging around a bunch of people you went to college with because you rock with them and they're good people, I do that. I love my TU fam. Half of the people in this room are Temple people. But I want to spend the majority of my time with those people, Temple or not, who are balling out of control. Who not balling out of control because they flexing with the Rolex or the Bentley, but that they're building businesses, that they are taking care of their family, that they're helping their community. Social media is great. One of the things that it does is it brings us forums like this. It also can be pretty damaging. You see everybody's highlight reel and you think you're not doing so good and you want to keep up with the Joneses. You know what? People will do what they do and show you their successes and hide their failures. Always know that. One of the reasons I think I have the credibility to come out here and talk to you guys is I don't hide my failures. I talk about what my failures are, and then I give you a plan to either avoid them or go through them. Another thing that Hove said, I sold drugs, so hopefully you won't have to go through that. I filed bankruptcy in the past because I didn't protect myself going into a marriage where I was a high income earner and my spouse was a stay-at-home spouse. I have dealt with taxes because as a small business owner, it's all on me to pay my taxes. I'm not getting any withholdings. And I don't like paying taxes. So that's the last thing I want to do. But sometimes I've paid my taxes plus some because of penalties and interest. I now come on here and tell you cats how not to do that. And I don't have any shame to my game whatsoever. Anybody who knows me knows I'm balling. Anybody who knows me knows that I got homes in different area codes. I go wherever I want. You can see my Facebook highlight reel and loser reel. Go on there and check it out. So I say this to say Make sure you associate yourself with people who are going in the direction you want to go, not where you want to stay. So that's how we're going to prepare mentally. Tomorrow, come back, we'll wrap this series up. I ask you guys to go check out wealthourway.com, also to check out the book, 5 Major Money Moves and 3 Money Must-Dos. I want you to have a great day. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And remember, wealth is not only for the wealthy. I'm out.